Hey, Kevin, I feel like we're having a reunion right now because you're here, I'm here. The last event we saw each other as two-time champions here. We've got MuteAce coming up. We're talking about Patchwork, of course, that man taking that event in Ultimate in both years of its existence, going up against Hidalgo. Mute, formerly from Florida, much more recently, obviously been from Texas for a little while now. Best Peach player in the world at this point, unequivocally. And someone who, whether it's going to be through the neutral, through the combos, as long his only enemy, right, is his hands.
Yeah.
On the flip side, do you want to talk to us a little bit about Hidalgo?
Hidalgo, the Pikachu player from, I guess from Knoxville now, but originally from Mexico from what I understand. And by from what I understand, I mean what I'm gaining on Twitter right now. That's about all the information I have. Still an incredible player, has an amazing win rate, has wins on like EGAS, has some other like pretty big wins on top players locally and regionally. Luigi Pikachu player, I think they've been playing a lot of some more Luigi lately, but Pikachu is still their most played character. And if you're going up against Peach, what do you think the decision is if you're going to pick between Pikachu and Luigi?
So, I'm from New England, and anybody who knows New England knows Ling. And anybody who knows Ling knows that Ling really struggles against Luigi. I think that matchup is actually really bad for Peach. On the flip side, Pikachu, also on paper, like pretty solid for Pikachu in the matchup. However, Mute, right, not only talks to Ling, who has very good Pikachu experience, but also talks to Shiny Mark, right? Has that knowledge and that practice in the matchup consistently. So if I'm Hidalgo, I'm going Luigi 7 days a week. I say, you know what? I can't out-technical you. I gotta out-cheese you. I gotta find those 0 to deaths. I gotta find those grabs, and I gotta find those weird combo routes on the floaties, but instead it is gonna be the Pikachu coming out. It is gonna say, hey, well, you know what? This character's just busted.
Yeah, a little bit more of a straightforward game plan with a lot of variability that you can play in like your defensive options, whereas Luigi has a much more linear recovery route and a much more linear game plan that can be punished more easily. So Hidalgo is putting a lot more stock into their mental prep than into a straightforward game plan execution.
Agreed, my friend, agreed. Right now, though, it's all about the movement from MuteAce, right? We haven't seen a ton of hitboxes come out. It's just these up airs that he's known for, the back airs off the float cancel, and the occasional dash attack to just control some space, right? Mute just, again, playing this neutral game, trying to slow the pace of the game down and not get hit by these T-Jolts, knowing that Pikachu can start a combo, but it's off the item reversal that first advantage state goes, even still, though, only 20%, and it feels like Hidalgo's been the one winning the stage control game a lot of the time so far, but it's Mute who's the one actually racking up the damage.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the issue, right? Pikachu ultimately hits chips, right? It's not a lot of damage in each interaction, whereas Peach has a lot more damage off of item toss combos and off of stray hits than Pikachu does. So you have to work a lot harder to get the damage down, and Hidalgo is really trying to work.
But Pikachu makes that up because she does just get to kill you off one combo, right, off position. And now the Saturn online means you don't get anything but Mute, whereas we'll see players like Ling, players like Nuggets, you know, some of the other Peaches here, even players like Lumeki, start to use those special turnips more. Link, or Mute just throws them away. He says, I don't want to deal with Saturn. I don't want to deal with Bomb.
Yeah.
I just want my consistency because I'm the best there is at that.
Because guess who's not holding shield? Pikachu. So Mr. Saturn doesn't really benefit you in this matchup anyways. And a large part of Peach's game plan in this situation is whenever Pikachu comes at you with like quick attack or with, you know, like a falling aerial or a rising aerial is shield. So the fact that you have to shield more means Mr. Saturn's going to be a little bit more dangerous for you to deal with than for the Pikachu, but MuteAce goes up a stock.
Did you just see the float movement?
So crazy.
It was like, Mew always does some variation of that, but you could see the timing mix-ups. He was absolutely schmoving right there.
Yeah.
Now just trying to find a way back, micro-spacing around the float. You could
Big
he was
drag
trying to,
down.
He was trying to get away from the T-Jolt, space something out, try and find a reversal, and instead Hidalgo said, I've seen that one before.
Yeah, that's the exact right choice, right? Back air maybe kills there, but it also could just give MuteAce the aerial spacing to recover. But drag down forward air, there's no choice if you don't have your jump on Peach anymore.
Right now, though, watch right these floats, the spacing. You can see trying to find those float cancel back airs, right? Trying to just control the ground. But Pikachu is so small when he stays down and hard to hit. And that's one of the reasons that we're seeing Hidalgo jump back with these T-Jolts and then swing when Peach is above him. But other than that, he's doing a really good job staying grounded. Pikachu normally wants to jump more, but Peach will catch you out.
Shield pokes with the down tilt there. MuteAce has a little bit of space here, but the up tilt is a very nice way for Hidalgo to turn that around. MuteAce drifted a little bit too far in, is able to actually reverse, get the item in hand, finds that nair, not quite the edge guard, and reversaled on the ledge trap. Hidalgo's trying to make space, but MuteAce finds a good grab into the back air. We've got another ledge trap.
Yeah, that's a good positional combo. Racks on a decent amount of percent to Kevin. However, Mute still not able to find the stock. Hidalgo has been utilizing Pikachu's hurt box shifts perfectly. These pancakes have been coming up hotter than an IHOP, my friend. He is so hard to hit right now, and Mute has been struggling every step of the way. The fact that this is so close to even is insane, because Mute just hasn't been able to get much of anything started.
It's hard, right? It's hard to find a way to close out the stock. You're usually kind of relying on ledge trap pressure, but Pikachu's disadvantage is just too strong, and Pikachu's advantage is also strong. Hidalgo's showing that, able to hold down some stage. We've got some corner pressure only with the T-Jolts here, trying not to over-aggress, actually does over-aggress, and eats a back air for it. MuteAce finds the one opportunity to close it.
And even though you missed there, right, I like the idea. You recognize he's landing and you get a dash shot. But what you forget to account for is that float means you can just mix up your landing timing, weave your way through it, and then punish them, right? And that's where that Hidalgo gets caught out and loses the stock. But the idea, the decision making was there. Now he's got the edge guard. He's not overextending. He's willing to just rinse repeat the edge trap, but lets Mute get the feet down and reset the float. That's how Mute's getting out of disadvantage here. And if Hidalgo can close this stock, I mean, he has a potential to find a couple hits and take his time. There's only 2.5 minutes left.
Yeah, I think that you have to over-aggress on the edge guard there, you know? As much as it's benefiting him to not take more damage, I think you have to look for an aggressive option. And I do like dash attack as that aggressive option.
Yeah, and we've been seeing it time and time again, right? It crosses up shield is hard to hit. Whereas, whether or not he should have over-aggressed, right? The fact that he didn't take a single hit in the interim, right? He's still at 0, and now we're at an even game, Kevin, means that at this one is starting to sweat, and we're seeing a crowd start to gather, even though this is game 1 on the side stream. Hidalgo getting the drag down, pushing you to the corner. Mute stuck in a hard place right now as this percent starts to rack up.
Oh my goodness, a little bit of a scramble there. The down tilts aren't catching, but MuteAce has just so many more tools in a tight scramble than Hidalgo does. They come out a lot faster as long as you space them out well. Look at this pressure. I mean, Hidalgo just can't find stage at all. I love that instant float tomahawk grab to start an advantage state. Isn't able to continue it, and I like the shield into the back throw. Now Hidalgo has stage positioning, but throws it away. Able to find an opening off of a quick attack, actually, and MuteAce is having trouble.
Yeah, the ability to catch landings there is so incredibly smart. If you're Hidalgo, it's about getting this pressure, getting this chip, but not overextending. Because, yeah, you can take the stock, you can take the game, but if you don't, look at that timer, 90 seconds left. It's about minimizing your hits, because this is a percent lead that Peach can blow up, but Pikachu has the ability to time you out from this percent. Hidalgo just has to commit to it and not swing with bad T-Jolts, not give Mute the way in, and just create space.
Mute is locked in, trying to use this frame data and this excellent movement on the double jump float cancels to try to make something happen, and actually does find the down air there. The stock is even. The percent is truly even here. It's only going to take one more interaction for MuteAce to find a kill. Right now could be the one.
Yeah, now he's got the lead, the down tilt.
Oh!
He doesn't look for the forwarder. He had it, but just didn't commit. That indecision is going to give Hidalgo the chance. He's just taking the forward throw for stage positioning. Doesn't try to find a drag down, and the T-Jolt's going to snipe out Mute. Going to drop it. The air dodge, no, he buffers it, and that's going to be it. Hidalgo taking game 1. What world are we living in? Someone get Shiny Mark out of the VIP room or something, because he's not going to want to miss this.
To be clear, I don't think MuteAce was indecisive about that forward air. I don't think that that connects true at that percentage. I think it was waiting for an air dodge and just missed the follow-up, which is just such a crucial follow-up to miss, because that would have led to the game.
And while I agree with you that it's definitely not true, I think it's something you do have to look for there, because again, Peach is just able to hold the space without committing it. She can jump and float and then swing that forward air just to cover the space and force the air dodge early, or wait it out and just hold the space and not let you just come back uncontested there, right? If you had floated, you can get the back air or down air or something to out of float to continue the advantage state off that air dodge, but you just never look for it at all. And as a result, now Mute's down a game, surprisingly, right? With Hidalgo willing to push this another potentially 15-20 minutes. That game almost went to time. We very well might see timeouts in this set.
MuteAce starting a little bit of a combo here, is really holding the center with up airs, like instant float up airs are super nice. It also allows you the opportunity to fish for tomahawk grabs, because Hidalgo's going to be afraid to take aerial space.
And you see the beautiful air angles, right? Hidalgo just gets to take space off stage, there's that decisiveness with the forwarder, right? We didn't see it game 1, but game 2, Mute recognizing, already adapting to find the difference. And this is a whole new world we're living in, right, Kevin? Before he was down the entire game, now he was playing with a huge lead. He gets to control the pace from the driver's seat, slow it down, just sit on this platform and force Pikachu in instead of trying to approach through this wall of T-Jolts.
Yeah. Now under the stage is Hidalgo under the platforms, holding down stage, finding a grab, finding the forward air, finding all of the advantage right here. Does not want to take any damage if possible before stock gets reversed.
Okay, I love the parry on the single hit on the drift back there. Mute recognizing that you take the first hit and she'll parry the second one. So smart, right? So now Hidalgo just having to scramble to get anything. And whereas in the first game, right, it was the scrapping, the trapping, landing, the continued advantage state that were giving him huge opportunities. This game round, he hasn't been able to find them, but it's a tomahawk, empty jump fade back into the dash. And this man is cooking. He's got Mute on the download too.
What a hot option right there, because you know MuteAce is going to be swinging out of shield with like an instant float, nair, drift away or something like that, and dash attack is going to catch a little bit of a drift away. Dash attack is fast enough to catch any option. All that MuteAce could do there was shield, and shielding is just too scary.
So it's so good, and right now, right, Hidalgo's already just evaporated this % lead from MuteAce, right? Again, one interaction, 10% separate them. There it is, right? Hidalgo has brought his way back to the lead, and now if you're MuteAce, you're sweating. You took that first stock so dominantly, but Hidalgo has never been able to let it get away from you. And, you know, if he goes up 2-0 here, you start to sweat as MuteAce.
MuteAce is a very calculated player, tries to set up interactions and situations where they can be really advantageous in. And Pikachu is just a character that doesn't allow you to set up those situations because of how ambiguous all their options are. However, MuteAce is fantastic at adaptation and actually finds the forward air there off of an aggressive ledge option.
Even so, though, right, it's all about Hidalgo and how he claws this one back. We saw in game 1 him get down huge, right, and find that extra credit, not take a single hit, and take that stock and turn to even up the game count. He has an opportunity to do it again here. Took 30 off raw, turned him now 45. This is not looking as clean as the last time around, but we've seen his ability to close out these situations and come back. Mute needs to not let him get back from ledge here. Does, and now it knows one interaction is going to cost him a stock. He cannot go to a last stock scenario against Hidalgo.
Tried to frame trap right there, but unfortunately a fast option from Hidalgo allows the reversal, and the reversal is the drag down into the up smash. That is stock for Hidalgo. 83% is a lot to make up for.
And these T-Jolts, right, turning Peach around so she's facing towards you, absolutely huge, right? She's at her strongest when she's got that back air to swing and push you with. Once Pikachu can get you off stage, it can be absolutely lethal. You have to be careful. Oh, and Mute, able to close that one out. Even the setup at 1 game apiece, the adjustments are coming in. But it's all about how Hidalgo can answer back, right? Yeah. Because you saw, the thing that caught him out more than anything was pressure in the face of getting those stocks. The pressure in the way of reeling it back in. It was those turnips more than anything that kind of slowed him down. Right now, though, I think Mute is just maybe asking for something, but we're between games while we get things sorted. It's not gonna be, you know, a new set. Maybe, I don't know. I think Mute asking Combo for Uber Eats. Yo, Combo, what's happening? Okay, it is an Uber Eats order. That's what we thought it was. Go. And also, I'm sorry, did I hear that Beautiful Crow's getting on commentary? Who you covering?
Again, they can't find Big Pepsi. They had trouble finding Pepsi last night, too.
That's my goat, though. Beautiful Crow, get over here. Get over here. I don't care that we're on stream. We're between games. We're not on camera. I'm going to give you a hug. It's good to see you, buddy. We'll talk later.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
Now that we've had some shenanigans of commentator cameos and Uber Eats ordering, I think that we are ready to start game 3. It's just like a casual Uber Eats order from MuteAce mid-set.
Listen, all I'm saying, we've already got an esports commentator over in Overwatch and Valorant named Uber Shouts. Why not Uber Eats?
Why not Uber Eats is a good question. Honestly, could be me after this. Could be me.
Hey, listen, have you tried that Princess Hot Chicken out
front? I'm going to, actually.
It's fantastic.
That's a good plan. All right, game 3. We're going to Battlefield.
Yes, sir. Triplats here are really interesting in this matchup. Pikachu can love or hate this stage depending, so can Peach. I think here you're looking to kind of prevent some of Peach's combos. She does get the juggle situation, but not a whole lot more necessarily. I think I do actually see Big Pepsi walking up, so that'll be an interesting conversation for them to have. But T-Jolt, in the meantime, right, as Hidalgo maintains this neutral stage, again, going down the percent early, but this is how we've seen both games in the set start, Kevin.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the top platform obviously is good for Hidalgo to continue combo routes, but more importantly, to be able to come back to stage and disadvantage. You don't have to deal so desperately against MuteAce's up air pressure when you have a top platform to land on to kind of reset your falling cadence, and I think that's a big part of the stage selection as well.
I love these T-Jolts. I love this pressure. Right now, though, it's about Mute. It's about finding these swings and hits, swings and misses time and time again, my friend, because the floats left, right, and center are going to create all the coverage you might need. You see it, right? Mute is just willing to slow down the pace of this game and empty hot. Dare these T-Jolts to come out before committing to an option and force Pikachu to be the aggressor.
Yep. Holding center stage, we saw the top platform benefit Hidalgo there, not having to eat a disadvantage state and able to reset from corner, but MuteAce says you're still in the corner. You still have to over-aggress to get back to center, and MuteAce is able to force some nice interactions here. Skull Bash into quick attack is going to be interrupted by the jumping nair. I love that edge guard.
And those float, like that float cancel fair to find that interaction in the first place, Kevin, was set up because of those empty hops, because of the slow pace that Mute has set to his play. That when he suddenly comes out with a fast aerial like that, you just don't expect it, right? And Hidalgo was caught slipping, lost the stock, and now is getting caught on platform trying to find a way in. He's going to eat 60 off these uppers, finds a juggle back down, but Mute even ready on the counterplay, and you know, right, the adaptation is complete.
Yeah, Mute is making it clear that this stage selection does not matter, right? The top platform does not come into play if you are just in the corner the entire game, or if you're just sharking underneath the platform. In fact, it can only benefit Mute in a lot of situations in that case. But in any case, Mute is not playing around that top platform at all, saying this is a small battlefield until you make it otherwise.
Yeah, Mute clocked in at 10 a.m. and got started, so maybe feeling a little bit groggy in that game one, but you can tell he has woken up, warmed up, and is here to play. The neutral, the floats have been fantastic so far, Kevin. You saw right there that float cancel back air to just cover up the timing. Again, it's all about those mix-ups, the SDI through these neutral airs as well, just to keep Hidalgo slipping, and so far Hidalgo hasn't been able to find his confirms.
He's got stage again. Ledge trap, it just feels like the situation that Hidalgo is in at all times is being ledge trapped or starting a combo themselves. And there's no in-between. But here is that little bit of in-between that allows Hidalgo to even up the stocks. Finding a down smash on a landing, actually able to follow up on their advantage state. Fantastic. Okay, I love these down tilts, the up airs, the pressure here is mounting. Hidalgo knows he needs to find an advantage state. And where he's thrived, right, are these scramble situations. Are the 1-2 hits where even though Peach is favored on paper, he's really been doing a good job scrapping. But once he has to find the confirms, when he has to find these grabs and the long combo starters, right, he just hasn't been able to get much started, unfortunately. Yeah, that was a good opportunity to start it, but unfortunately unable to follow up on the aerial drift right here, and the floatiness of Peach is just sometimes difficult to continue a combo on if you're not prepared, and Hidalgo does not seem ready to follow up on a lot of these.
Okay, I love the drag down, just the pressure upwards on the rising neutral air to reset our platform. Say, okay, I just need to take my damage and get out of dodge with that blazing fast aerial. Because if you overextend once, right, Mute, we're seeing it off the reset once, twice on the platform. Now keeps the juggle going. You can quick attack to get down because of course you're Pikachu. But even that, right, Mute still gets center stage. You're still stuck in the corner, and you ate 50% while gaining nothing.
Oh, that was a big down tilt. Unable to tech on the platform means they eat a fair and have to deal with corner pressure again. Finding another nair, sending to the other corner. Quick attack is not doing anything for Hidalgo right now. Just playing in the corner, trying to fish their way out, but unable to bait and punish their way out of that corner right now. Scrambled into the center stage. Does benefit Hidalgo, but now Mute again has stage. How do you get your advantage and keep it against this player?
Well, I mean, right now the answer is I just think you go to the next game if you want to get an advantage, because Hidalgo just has not had an answer. And Mute looking to lock it down here on the ledge trap, going to with the back air. And again, that's what we're talking about, right? Sit by platform, keep it ambiguous. I can full hop the platform. I could not. I can float. I could not, right? I can mix my timing, I can back air. At any point of coverage, I'm right there and able to cover the stock. So Mute lost game 1, up 2-0, being a TO's worst nightmare, now pushing every game to the brink of time. Right, we haven't seen a game take less than 6 minutes this set so far.
That's true. These have been long sets.
Pikachu busted. I'm gonna say it. Shout out to Sam.
We're going back to small battlefield. I think Hidalgo realized that the top platform wasn't benefiting him as much as it possibly could. And in fact, was allowing MuteAce to extend some combos and making it more difficult for like some T-jolts to land from the air. Being able to like double jump T-jolt is not able to find a position that you might want with that top platform there. In any case, it didn't seem to make enough of a difference to warrant going back to Battlefield, and being able to kill with up smash has been an option for Hidalgo, so the shorter ceilings are also beneficial going to small Battlefield.
I think you said it perfectly, Kevin. I mean, especially I think the absence of the top plat here benefits Pikachu a lot. On paper, it disrupts Peach, but Mute and some of the other Peaches have gotten so good at just utilizing float to hold space and find these up air juggles that it isn't really that downside stage that you thought it might be before, right? We know the FDs are probably getting banned, as good as they are it can be for Peach, because Pikachu loves them too, and so it makes sense that we're seeing these short bypass where you have to scrap, where Hidalgo can force more of the situation that he found success in game 1, just like this, right? He's getting these drag down grabs now. He's getting the edge guards that we weren't seeing in some of the other games this set.
MuteAce aggressed a little bit too far, couldn't find the back air. The drift in on Hidalgo allows him to start this over, but the scramble situation, they both drift back, drift in, drift back, drift in. MuteAce is the one that is able to find the opening as necessary, the one that's quicker on that drift response. However, Hidalgo able to pressure from the corners pretty safely. MuteAce needs to find one forward air though, and if you're in the corner, you're gonna die.
I like that Mute there under platform says, okay, I'm not going to swing with forward air, I'm going to swing with neutral because it's faster, maybe I can find a grab, maybe I can find a tech chase after the fact for my troubles, or a kill if depending on where and how I hit it, right? Now when he gets behind, he's swinging the back air there, finally getting a float called out, right? Hidalgo struggling to do that throughout the set, but when it matters most, has finally gotten one on the dash attack. Even still, Kevin, not enough to kill, and Hidalgo has had to get stuck in the corner, scared to run under this platform unless MuteAce overcommits to a shield like that. Weird DI from him, he loses the stock, but hey, you feel confident here based on how the last 2 games went.
2 minutes in was the first stock take, by the way. I just want to point that out for a moment. And as much as MuteAce would like to make it 1 stock apiece, this far into the timer, Hidalgo's kind of running away with this one. MuteAce trying to get back to ground and find an opening, but not seeing a lot of that movement that we normally see from MuteAce that keeps the movement so ambiguous, that keeps Hidalgo guessing. There is a very nice call out though on the aggressive ledge option. And that was a conditioning game played at its finest.
Yeah, I really appreciate the flows back, forth, and forward here from MuteAce. He's managed to close this gap just a little bit, but again, Hidalgo on small battlefield, right, we saw in game 1, we're seeing it here in game 4, has just been absolutely lethal, Kevin. And he's so good at controlling the space under these platforms. He's so good about playing this height around what Peach has to offer. And all of a sudden, we thought we were going to see a 3-1 after that game. Well, we might be going to game 5 because the way Hidalgo is playing is clean as hell right now.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. MuteAce found a little bit of damage and a little bit of stage positioning, but doesn't hold shield long enough for that nair to dissipate. Eats it a little bit. It might be the better option than dealing with the follow-up.
Okay, these T-jolts, left, right, and center, just doing an immaculate job at this point in time. Holding the space, right? Holding that ledge of platform, forcing you to land on it if he wants to come in. But as you mentioned, right, huge interaction. MuteAce pushing you to the corner, but still not able to capitalize on the ledge trap. Hidalgo this game has just felt so evasive to hit, and that's where Mute is struggling.
Yeah. He's able to even up the percentage here, and Mute, again, is really adept at finding these openings on ledge at these high percentages, be it like a back air off stage into an edge guard or just a raw forward air on like an aggressive ledge option read. But Hidalgo has not been able to close out these stocks quite as effectively. Has to find like an aggressive down smash or something a little bit too risky that might actually cost him his own stock at this percentage.
Okay, you know, huge interaction here. The down air, right? The pressure Mute getting ready to trap the landing and doing so with the back air. The turnip gonna reset once, twice, maybe a third time? No, not quite. But now you have to back off, right? Because you got to put yourself between that T-Jolt and the platform. Mute has nowhere to go but back, and so able to get back to stage C, stage control as well. And Hidalgo reeling this one all the way back, right? He's very capable of maintaining this lead, taking the stock first, but Mute in turn, one hit away, and it's gonna be him showing the top player privilege because he's the one taking that stock.
Yeah, back air punishes the quick attack, and it begs the question, who is more comfortable in the corner, Pikachu or Peach? Or is the question, who's more comfortable in the corner, Hidalgo or MuteAce? Because MuteAce is so patient, does not desire to be in the corner, but is very patient in the corner.
I think it's more than anything kind of just a player. I think it's a little bit of a player differential. Getting the edge guard, the pressure here, left, right, and center, Kevin, is huge. The drag down, the reset, huge opportunity from Hidalgo once again. And it's the alliteration with the H, my friend. I mean, he is capitalizing in spades.
Dead even are the percentages right now. Trying to force an interaction. MuteAce actually does find a Nair, follows it up with a dash attack, gets to start their own plan here. Catches the T-Jolt and lag. That could spell trouble in the turnip.
It was a Stitch face, baby. He didn't keep track of that. Unfortunate. Mute hadn't seen one the whole set. We saw that Mr. Saturn head come out before, but you know Hidalgo, they're probably not looking to say, oh, is that the first turnip of the set that
right.
Mute is throwing up anyways? I can take that hit anyways, and if I don't find it, that's going to be it. Unfortunately for him, it was the RNG Stitch face, Mute locking it down,
right.
not ready to tech those, and closing it out.